Hey friends, welcome back to Vlogmas Day 3. Now I'm pre-filming some videos just so I can keep up the pace so that I don't seem so frantic. But I decided to do another reset video because you guys seem to really like these, and this time we're gonna reset for the last time in 2023. How is 2023 already just done over? It's 2024. Like, who's she? I cannot get next to the fact that it's almost 2024. But here we are. And so it's the last reset of the year, and we can sort of take a look through. I don't remember how long I've been doing this, and I don't think I've done it every month, but we can take a look through the rest of my reset routines to see what's been happening throughout my year. So if you're not familiar, I use Notion, and my good friend Katie Calloway created this template for my monthly reset routine, and I've been using it for the past few months. She's a wonderful content creator. I will link her channel down below. She has two channels, an Animal Crossing channel and a lifestyle channel, both of which are wonderful. We're gonna dive into November and see how we did. Okay, so in November, what did I accomplish? We finished Vlogtober. Yay, that was awesome. We started practicing a lot. I accomplished my weight loss goal. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Got my COVID vaccine and survived. I had fun vlogging. I was kind to myself about my voice. I showed up to gigs well prepared and continued the ketogenic diet with 100% compliance. I'm not kidding. Notables from last month. I traveled from Back Bay so much back and forth. None books I didn't learn about, but I learned about coffee. I have a new trainer with my Future app, which is a personal training app. I rediscovered the anime Mushishi. If you're an anime fan and haven't seen it, it's very good. There's 2 seasons of it, and it's just a beautiful show. Definitely worth the watch, 100%. Music and podcasts, St. Matthew Passion, that's about it. Purchases and products. Oh, I purchased a new bedroom chandelier and a coffee grinder. And this year was the first year I didn't eat Halloween candy at all. So my goals and habits for November were continue the way of eating and to build muscle and schedule a physical, make a jaw. I did schedule a physical. I didn't say anything about it for last month. Make jaw massage a regular thing. I did not do that. And there's some stuff here about the career and business, about preparing taxes and finishing the website stuff. I didn't do any of that stuff except for contact a vocal coach and additional teacher. And I didn't get my hair braided, but it had a question mark next to it. And on the self-care category, it was to be kind to myself regarding singing. I tried very hard to do that. And so let's go into December and talk about our goals for December and reflect on November, because this is reflecting on October, the month that you saw me. So let's go to December. Okay, so November was a really intense month. Like I said in the first Vlogmas video, there was like a lot of stuff happening as far as like personal self-growth and all that stuff. So what did we accomplish? I started a journey to bring my head voice down to my first passaggio. So in singing, there are, classical singing in particular, there are these little parts of your registration, your voice, where the resonance, where you have the most resonance and feel the most vibrations, flips over to a different spot in your musculature. And to simplify it, it's like chest voice, head voice, whistle voice, those kinds of things. It's actually pretty complicated and involves a lot of like physics and weird stuff, but you usually have 2 of them. And my first passaggio is in a weird spot for a soprano and has been my point of weakness throughout my entire career. So I'm working on trying to smooth it out and get that under control so that I have more confidence when being asked to sing in those challenging spaces of my voice. Last month I practiced almost daily. I took days off here and there. Like I think I sang 5 to 6 days a week. That is pretty good. I practiced almost daily and it was fun. Like I got into a rhythm. I'm going to practice in the evening It was good. It was good. I got used to it and it was a great habit, but the first like 2 weeks had to force it, had to force it. I did the best I could at an audition. I had 2 coachings and I roasted an entire turkey and successfully served and hosted Thanksgiving dinner for the first time. Lord, the turkey, I got a 12-pound turkey from Butcher Box, which was wonderful. They are the one of my favorite things in the world is like getting my Butcher Box every month, but like the turkey came and it's of course it's frozen. So like I spent 4 days in the fridge defrosting and I decided to dry brine it instead because I didn't have a vessel big enough to wet brine it, which I would have preferred. But no, we dry brined and I got some, lemon zest in there. It was going to be so good. And I've never cooked a turkey before. So there was still like ice crystals inside like the main cavity and I had trouble getting the neck out. It was a whole thing. But it ended up being totally fine. Maybe I'll put a picture of it here. I don't know. But it was my first turkey. It was delicious. And we did that. I made a really nice, like low carb Thanksgiving thing. And it was delicious. We had like cauliflower mac and cheese and green beans and cranberry sauce. I made cranberry sauce. It was just so good. We had cheesecake. It was excellent. So let's talk about self-care for last month, which is important. I'm not that great at, I have to say. I have to get better at that. But I had coffee with my bestie, which is the best form of self-care because I love seeing her. I love getting together with her. We sat in a cafe and just chatted for, I think we were there for like 3 hours. It was crazy, but had a lot of fun with her. And we made it a point to like try and do that more often. The daily practice and self-compassion was another thing that I self-care because I just got to get after it every day. I can't be slacking. Not every day, but like most days. I worked through some past trauma issues, which I talked about in the first vlog. And I always hesitate to use the word trauma when I'm talking about things that weren't like a life or death situation or, some other things that are considered, I guess, more serious, but I also don't want to discount things that have happened to me that were genuinely traumatic. There are things that happened to me that were traumatic that involve life and death, and then this stuff. So I can use the same adjective, but the perspective is there, but still. I stayed on a health track. I really did. And I asked for help, which was a big deal because I'm one of those people who feels like asking for help is like a sign of weakness. Because like, I don't know, maybe a lot of you have had this experience as well if you've been in one of those like gifted and talented programs. If you were like a tag student, it was expected of you to like be amazing because you were in this like gifted program or whatever. And as you began to like grow to adulthood, you started to like meet everyone else, at the adult bar. But you still think of yourself as someone who should not need help because you're a tag kid. And it's like, it creates this situation where I think that we should stop doing that to children. So asking for help for me is a big deal. But I am glad that I did that because I need help. I needed help. And it didn't kill me and I was not exposed. So if you need to ask for help, ask for help. Okay. What challenged me? Coming to terms with how much I've been holding myself back unintentionally and challenging some core beliefs about myself. That challenged me. I haven't mentioned it, but I did go to Maryland to officially witness the burial of my father, which was really hard. Oh, I did mention it during the miscellaneous moments. And it was a beautiful service. My dad was a colonel in the Army, so he was qualified to be buried at Arlington National Cemetery with all of the the pomp and circumstance, the horses, the band, the artillery fire, taps, the whole thing. And it was very moving. But it was a closure, but a closure I didn't really want. So that sucked. Key lessons and takeaways. It's never too late. And again, reach out for help. Help is not a weakness or failure. So those are two of the biggest takeaways. I think last month, I spent a lot of time like really trying to bend my brain around the idea that one, asking for help is okay. And two, it's not too late for me to still have some of the aspirations I have and want to get to those places. So noticeable last month I traveled to Maryland, which was fun. It wasn't fun, but it was okay. Books. Last week I read 2 books actually. I read The Imposter Cure, which was very good, and Effortless Mastery. I will link both of those down below. Hopefully, if I don't link them, please remind me, because I'm the worst with like remembering to link things in the description. It just slips my mind. So, but Effortless Mastery is a book about sort of conquering performance anxiety as a musician. It's very good. And The Imposter Cure is a newer book about imposter syndrome. Very good, very good. I might reread it. Again, the St. Matthew Passion reigns supreme this month in the music and podcast. The 2 vocal coaches I worked with in November deserve to be up here on the people place. Because a lot of the things that they said to me were very impactful. In particular, I was working with one coach and I was talking about getting ready for an audition, preparing the material. And I told them, I said, last time I did this, I really screwed up. So I think that I have a lot like wrapped up emotionally in doing well this time. And so I was telling him how I was sort of maybe too much in my head about it. And they said to me, don't worry about how you're doing. All you need to do is focus on the message and deliver the message. And if you can deliver the message, you've done your job. And he's like, that's your only job, not to worry about how you're doing, because that doesn't matter. And it was like the most impactful thing anyone's ever said to me in a vocal coaching, other than like, do you know what's holding you back? Look in the mirror. Michael Jarvis said that to me like 20 years ago. And I was like, oh, you're right. I just was so impacted by that. And it just made me let every anxiety about like doing everything perfectly, it allowed me to let it go. And if I'm singing in front of someone, as long as I deliver the message, I think that I did my job, and that's all I could do. And it was really impactful. So that's why they both deserve a spot on the people category. I did start watching Squid Game: The Challenge on Netflix. It's very good. It's very fun. If you never like got into Squid Game, you won't get it. But if you never watched Squid Game, what are you doing? Because it's so good. Squid Game is so good. But the little like game, the challenge, I had like reservations going into it because I was like, ew, a game show based on a real show. How can that be good? But it was good. It's good. Purchases. I bought a ton of Christmas decorations, but no regrets. No regrets. Okay, so for this month, this is the last month. Health and wellness. I just want to continue because I'm on a good track. I just want to continue. I'm having a physical closer to Christmas. I want to have every test under the sun done. So, well, fingers crossed. For my career and business, I want to buy the technology before the year is up. That means buying a new phone and possibly a new camera. That's a lot of money. I don't know if I can afford it, but like I think at least I'll buy a new phone. Just so, 2023. I'm going to plan all my 2024 auditions. I mean, not all of them, but I just want to have some points to point to so that I'm good. I'm going to finish the recording and the website. It's got to happen before the year's over. This is getting ridiculous. For finance, I'm going to prepare for tax season. I think that I just want to get started. I don't want to force myself to do everything in a week. It's stupid. I want to continue to connect with my friends, especially friends I haven't seen in a while or friends who live far away. I don't think that having a Zoom chat is terrible. So I think that I want to set some of those up. And just to continue to be kind to others and myself. I don't have a hard time being kind to others. I think that, being kind to myself is another story. So we're getting there though. We are getting there. I am, listen, old dog, new tricks, it's not that it's impossible, but it's hard. The other day or yesterday in my voice lesson, I was doing some stuff that I was like, this muscle's been getting in the way forever. And it's really hard to untrain yourself to do new things and had to have some muscles that were really working hard before just to relax. So we're going to continue to work. Let me see how long I've been doing this reset. I started in June. Let's just look back at June because June is also a reflection of May. So, in successful engagement with BLO, wonderful bonding with mom, first social media consulting, published 6 KDaisy videos and streamed 3 times. That's good. Published 3 organized piano videos, published 2 vlogs, had knife sharpened, finished season with Emmanuel music, worked on arachnophobia. That's impressive. I met Pat and Carlene and Kyle and Alex. Man, this month is popping. I do think that the year has been not terrible. I actually think the year has been pretty good. And especially the later half of the year, you've done a lot of learning and growing. And I think that you can continue to do that until you're dead. So, game on. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the month reset. This is the last reset of the year. Goodbye, 2023. Hello, 2024. Time is going so quickly. I can't get over it. Anyway, I will link this down in the description below. If I don't, please yell at me in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.